Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Dina and today I'm here with you for another yarn talk video. And as always, we cannot talk about yarn without me having my faithful mug of tea. And today this is just a lovely classic Russian Earl Grey. The reason it's called Russian is because it's an Earl Grey with the flavor of bergamot, but it also had an added flavor of a lemon. According to Lipton, because it's the Lipton's Russian Earl Grey, it should be Spanish lemons. So I guess it's just an international Earl Grey, to be honest. Absolutely a wonderful, nice comfy tea. It's a sunny day. It is spring. I've been looking at my garden. The flowers are slowly coming up, and I see now that I may next week have tulips in bloom. Hope. They're definitely growing well. So, what has happened since last time? Yeah, I've finished 2 items. I've finished the Ceylon Tea Shawl and I've finished the Gabby Bucket hat. So there's those 2. I've started on some new projects as well. But yeah, I would say let's talk about them. The Ceylon Tea Shawl is probably the most gorgeous of the projects that I finished. I did block it also. It finished blocking yesterday or the day before yesterday, but I blocked it this week. And I think it's gorgeous. And it doesn't even deserve its full right. So what I'm gonna do is I'll get up for you guys. So I'll just get the chair a little bit back to see if I wouldn't even be able to get it all in screen, but very close. It's gorgeous. And I actually need to measure it to see how big it is. But if I take it from side to side, you know, I don't fit it in. And I swear to you, it looks so much nicer now, blocked, that it did before I blocked it. And also it grew, it grew. Like, blocking really stretch it out and gets the right definition of this pattern. Truly, if you make the Ceylon Tea Shawl ever, don't forget to block it. Please block it. I think this probably grew at least like this, and both length and height and everything when I stretched it out. And it looks so much better. It looked good before, but now it really looks nice, and it really has an amazing definition all the way through. You have the front posts and back posts. The only place where I did it a little bit different than the pattern is this last 2 rows. I'm supposed to do a single crochet. I don't remember, I think it was back post, and then a half double front post. I just did a regular single crochet and a regular half double crochet in those stitches. And that is the only difference where I deviated from the pattern. I knew that I wasn't gonna finish up another full row. I had so very little left of the yarn that I used, which is, by the way, is the Lindehobby Soft Cake in the colorway Ombre. I think it's the colorway 8, maybe. But yeah, so I finished it up. It looks gorgeous. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Really, I'm super happy with the result of this. I really am, to say beyond words. So that's nice. I got the ends woven in as well and blocked, and now it's just happily finished. Just putting it over here because I need to have a bit space on the table, because, as I said, I've been inactive lately the past week. I've done a lot, actually. Impressive. I've impressed myself because I have been busy. I've also talked about wanting to make a web shop, which is not just done in a day and a few clicks, by the way. The Gabby Bucket hat. It is a 1-colored piece. It is made in the Lindehobby 8/8 cotton. I had a great offer. Was discounted, and it actually still is on discount until Monday. I was in doubt if I had enough skeins or if it would be big enough and whatnot. This is, I would say personally, maybe itching on the tinier end for me, but not too small. But I think the end result is good still. Next time I will then hook down on the brim here. That is also what the pattern said. I just didn't do it because I didn't recall if I did it before. I still think the brim looks nice, even though not having done that. But I can imagine it will be easier to bend a little bit according to what you would like it to be. Fundamentally, I'm pretty happy with how this looks. This beanie, which is not a beanie, which is a bucket hat, is a gift for my mom. She is the one that also decided for this color. It is the colorway named Perla. I don't remember the number out of my head, but it is a colorway Perla. And I actually have enough if I wanted to. I could make an extra exactly this size if I should want to. But I think this is a really nice result. And it's not really showing clearly on the screen though, but it is like a nice gray, yet slightly shaded pearlish or mouse gray or something like that. So it is this, it's an insanely nice shade. I like how the pattern is. It's mainly half double crochets up here to the increase. You do a row of single crochets in the, I think it was in the back loop. Then you do this whole pattern, and then here you do half doubles in the front loop, I think it is, and then you just like increase until you have the rows done. And the last 2 rows is like the second last row is a row of single crochet, and then it's a row of slip stitches around to make this nice edging. So I'm pretty happy with the end result of this, definitely happy. And it works up quicker than a shawl. Multiple reasons for that. It is a tinier project and it's a thicker yarn. Fair enough, fair enough. What else is, we have also the Fleur mosaic blanket, and I am really bad because I haven't done anything. I'm not feeling bad about not having done anything. I kind of just hope to get something done, and I still haven't. And I think it's because I've been prioritizing other things. In this case, I have really been prioritizing making the Gabby Bucket hat and finishing it, because I want to make sure it's finished so it's ready to bring with me to Denmark next time I go to Denmark. And I haven't yet planned when that trip will be, because we are still waiting on the doctors for hopefully a final diagnosis of my mom. Maybe we'll hear something next week. That is something we're crossing our fingers for. We could be lucky we hear something tomorrow, but I am expecting that it will probably first be next week that we have something more definitive. The biggest hope right now is that whichever tests they took and the samples they took during the surgery last week, Friday, is yielding results. Because the unknownness is pretty tough, and I think it's a bit tough for all of us. But yeah, further than that, she is a strong woman and I admire her so much. And she's helpful in so many aspects. So yeah, we hope for that. I also had a second job interview, for the second phase of the job interview, Tuesday, and I think it went well, but I don't know, and I'm still waiting to hear back from them to see if I might get a part-time job that would be a perfect fit with everything, because it would fit perfectly when I travel to Denmark, but also when I'm here I still have time to do you guys YouTube and craft and have fun and enjoy myself and not feel chained to a computer the whole day, which is a really nice thing as well. So please cross your fingers for 2 things. That is a good prognosis for my mom, and that I may get a part-time job, because it's a part-time job that's flexible and I can bring it with me wherever I go. So please cross your fingers. I'm sorry, we have a few cars driving past and the sun is apparently hitting in from the window. What I wanted to say is this exactly. I didn't progress on Fleur. I'm currently working in the cream and in the plum, which is, well, cream is the base color, or the background color, whatever you want to call it. And plum is the current color that I'm working in the round. As said, I didn't do anything because time. I have colorway Emperor ready, which is a darker purple. It's a bit of royal purple, but let's see, because now I am in the mood to get up today. See if we can almost get it all in the screen. It's very close, right? So even though I didn't progress on it, I still very much like how it looks like. I really still like how it looks like. I just wish that, and I think one of the reasons I haven't is also not only that I prioritized, I really wanted to get the Ceylon shawl finished, and I really wanted to make sure that the bucket hat was ready to bring with me. But this project it's a bit daunting because I need to make sure I have everything ready, and it just takes some focus, and it's not as easy as when it was like half the size. It takes more space up when I am actively working on it. But where I am, I don't theoretically have that many rows to go. I just need to get it cranked. But the thing is, the rows do increase in size. So in that sense, I'm probably still only like, what, half done if at best. I need to try to be optimistic on that. Let's see if I can find the Emperor colorway for you guys. Because I do have project crates. It doesn't fit in the project crate anymore, and we have the leftovers of the other colors I've been using that's in. And this is the Emperor, and this would be the Plum. So this is the direction we're going. And then we have like a couple of, I think a blue or two, or blue and teal and some greens. So we don't have that much left either. And of course, when I change color, I make sure that I change color when the pattern says so, because I only have so much yarn. It was a package I bought. They have them on YarnPlaza.com. I got it at Fullplan, which is the Dutch store of YarnPlaza.com. It's designed by Anke Wintermans, Fleur. You can get the pattern on Ravelry, but you can also get it as a part of this pattern. I calculated that for me it would be cheaper. I could save like €1 or something like that by buying the pattern from Anke herself on Ravelry and then buying the yarn pack. I don't know why that was, but that's just what I did. And the yarn pack is just still like, you can choose which color you want. It was really easy to set up, and you don't need to worry about picking the right colors from the Stylecraft selection. The Stylecraft DK is a premium acrylic, quite wonderful and easy going to work with. It's what is it? It's 100 grams, so 3.5 ounce gains to 299 meters, so like 320 some odd yards. DK weight, 100% premium acrylic. Not much more to say about that. Then after that, the next project that I'm currently working on, because now I finished the Ceylon Tea Shawl, is the Ultimate Sacrifice Shawl. And I did progress on the Ultimate Sacrifice Shawl since last time. I brought it with me if I had to go, like we went to my mom-in-law last week Sunday for coffee in the evening. I brought it with me there because, yeah, if I'm just sitting and drinking coffee, why can't I crochet for half an hour or an hour and so on. So that is what we did. And I will show you the process I've made. I just need to find the ends of it, which is here. Let's see. Yarn. And so far, we are looking like this. We are far from done. This is still what we have to go. As you can see, we still have quite a bit. We are now heading into the lighter purples, and next time we are going from the light purple to this baby pink, and eventually we'll go from the baby pink to the white, which is in the center. I do have a little bit more white of this thickness laying in my stash, and I do believe it's the same white. And then if I need that to finish around, I will actually just take that and add it to kind of make up for everything. That is currently my thought, but we are not even close to a place where I'm starting to play a yarn chicken and measuring every row, because that's normally what I do to make sure that I have enough yarn to actually finish a row. And I'm not gonna take a chance unless I have a pretty good statistics as to what I need. But right now, As I said, we're not even half done, so I don't need to make the biggest worries, but I think it will be gorgeous once done. You can see how it really goes from the darker shades to the brighter now, and yeah, somebody will be really happy once I'm done, and it will need blocking as well. And also not the last one I make of these, because Ultimate Sacrifice Shawl is a shawl that is, once you have the start going, I personally think it's a really easy pattern to memorize. So I don't bring anything with me when I work on it. I just bring it with me, like my crochet hook, my yarn, the project itself, so to say, and then I'll just work it. And like it's here, it's all here. It's quite simple, I think. Gorgeous. It's by Lorraine Park. Link to the pattern in the description box down below. Under the Ultimate Sacrifice Shawl. Then I started a new project. But we knew that that was going to get started within reasonable time, right? Because, now let's listen. Because we had a poll a few weeks ago about the next drops project I should start after I had finished the butterfly migration poncho. The majority of you, like 53%, of the 4 options, 53% had chosen that I should work on the Sweet Martine Poncho. So here I am. I've started the Sweet Martine Poncho. It requires like 14 granny squares, and the rest is worked around those granny squares. So first you make the granny squares, you sew them together, and you work the rest around those granny squares. I have all the yarns in the project crate. I finished the first, I just need to make sure I don't lose my crochet hook, that belongs to that one. I finished the first granny square, and I found my granny square blocker piece, because they definitely need blocked, trust me. They looked horrendous before they got on the block. This is what I have left of the first skein after finishing it. It's the Cotton Light, Drops Cotton Light. So this is how much I used for the first. I need 8 of these granny squares, and let's see if it's gonna succeed. Here we have it. I got one of those lovely pin boards with pins. Maybe it can stretch more. I haven't tested. So far it's just, you know, there's a little bit yarn here and there. It's because I didn't weave in ends, which I probably should do. I need to block this, and I'll probably give it a good spritzel, or I'm not sure if I'll soak them, because the yarn says please don't soak, so I'll probably see if I can just do a nice little spritzel of them. And then I will hopefully have 8 pieces on here. And that seems like a doable goal for next week, Friday, to have all 8 of these done at least. But we will have to see. But yeah, get these done, and then get that part done at least. Yeah, I can confirm this works perfectly. I'm very happy that I invested in this blocking board, because it's so much easier for granny squares than it is doing them on the mats. I will keep working on this and crank out as many of these grannies I need before taking the next. So the thing is, then they get sewn together, and you make some more rows of, there's a bunch of double crochets at least. And then you will get a place, like you have 3 stripes of different colors, and there I have planned for the lilac. So this is a light fuchsia of the Cotton Light, and then I have light lilac to go with for the stripes. I thought these two would go really nicely together. It's 50% cotton, 50% polyester, 50 grams per ball, which is about 1.75 ounces to 105 meters or 115 yards. They classify them as a DK weight yarn. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's probably like washing instruction in the back, but that's usually like don't soak and stuff like that. So that's why I can't like directly soak to block them. I will need to probably like spritzel damp somehow-ish. Yeah, that is what I need to do. But I probably should be clever and get those ends woven in first before I do that. But for me now, I know that the blocking board works. I'll get probably all 8 done, and then they get to hang out together, and then let them hang for a day or two, so to say, and then I'll start crocheting them together and work on everything that goes around that poncho. Definitely looking forward to how that is going to look like. There is zero doubt on that. I think it's gonna be amazing. I also want to start on a few other projects, but I don't exactly know which yet. So I might have other projects started next week Friday, but I don't know which yet. I do have another project that I did start. So that was the Sweet Martine. Another project I start is another knit hat. And we talked a little bit about it last time, because last time I showed you that I had rediscovered knitting when I was visiting my parents. And I got this lovely case with a few knitting needles. And we talked about some yarn. And I found that yarn in my stash again. It went back just for temporary into my scrap pile. I don't know what to use the yarn for. I have no direct concluding ideas. And I thought, okay, whatever, I'm gonna double strand this yarn and I will knit a beanie from it. And that is what I'm currently actively doing. I had 48 grams of one and 52 grams of the other. So they are both very close to these 1.75 ounces, slightly different, but not much. I should just about have enough to finish a full beanie. It only depends on how much you can like fold it up on the brim. So what I'm gonna do is probably I'm gonna watch for the amount of length I need, plus how much yarn do I have, how much do I expect to need to close it. And if I feel I need to close it earlier than the 30 centimeters, which is like X inches, I should know, but I don't. 14, 18. I'm trying to find my tape measurement. 30 centimeters is 12 inches. So if it reaches 12 inches, perfect, then I'll close it off. If it doesn't, I'll just close it off, and then it's gonna be how long it's gonna be. Most importantly is I'm going to use some yarn in my scrap pile, or that I don't know what I have plans for. I have no plans for it, because what I used it for has been finished and it's gone. I donated it at some stage a couple of years ago. And it's just been looking at me since. It's been laying there for 2+ years and it's not doing anything and it still has no plans. So actually I thought this was a great plan. The yarns I'm double stranding are this a blue and this purple. And at this you're like, yeah, it could probably work, but you're not 100% sure. When I look at the piece I've knit so far, I'm like, this looks good. I'm happy with my choice. And this, my friends, is me, who has a cast on a knit project. I knit a couple of rounds. I think I've knit like 6 rounds or something like that, 6 rows maybe. So these are the colors when they are combined. And this, I think, looks gorgeous. Really nice. I have this pattern where it clearly says if you use this size needle, you need this amount of stitches. This is... the yarn itself is like a DK weight yarn. It's like 100 grams, so 3.5 ounces to 310 meters, which would be like 330 to 40-ish yards. I double strand them, and according to some math and table I found, they said you will need to use somewhere between 5.5 to 7 millimeter crochet hook, knitting needles. And this is 6 millimeters that I found. So these are 6 millimeter needles. And I think it's working up decent. Like, it's a nice stitch definition. It's not super tight or anything like that. So I think that's perfect. And based on my previous experience with the 5 millimeter needles, I should just not have enough yarn to finish this, based on how much yarn I used for my 5 millimeter needles to finish the green colored camouflage colored beanie that I did last time. What I did decide, because I found that beanie when I was testing it on, that it was a little bit snug for me, but it was still easy stretchable, but it felt slightly on the snugger end. So I decided, because the pattern says For 5mm needles, you need to cast on 80 stitches. And I did with that. But then it says, because it's 2 knit, 2 purl, 2 knit, 2 purl, 2 knit, 2 purl, etc. Right? And then it says, for the 6mm, you need to cast on 75 stitches. And I'm like, 75 stitches? That's never gonna work out with a multiply of 4. So that would technically be 76. So there's a mistake in the pattern. But also because I found it a bit tighter with the 5mm and the 80 stitches, I decided whatever, I'll cast on 80 stitches. Here are 80 stitches cast on, and I'll knit that. And I'll see how it turns out. So that is what I'm doing. And that is a project that I will be working on because I generally want to get better at knitting again. It's like, not that I'm desperate, but I think it's nice to be able to just do something else once in a while. And this is simple. I like it. And I really like how this color is turning out. It is gorgeous. What is your opinion on this? I'm happy to hear what you think. It's just no variegation in the yarn. It's just plain double-stranded, 2 different colors. That's magic. And that is my last new project that I started on this week. In fact, it's very new. I just started on it before recording this video. Then on Monday, I will have a yarn haul coming up. And this yarn haul contains the yarns that I used to crochet this, because I got it Monday. But I just have to schedule my videos practically. So the yarn haul is out on Monday as well, coming Monday. And I got it from Lindehobby. And with this yarn haul, I had also ordered myself some velvet double from Go Handmade. These would be the 2. And I actually had hoped for their light blue as well, because I kind of want to make some scrunchies. But no light blue there. So that is my goal for like next week. I want to start make some scrunchies. And coincidentally, last time I were in the store, I also found these in the store at a decent price. So I got them with me, and look how well matched the purple is together. Ooh, right. But also this dusty rose. So according to this, I'll make 4 scrunchies. I just don't know if there's 4 scrunchies in each. That is a whole other video or a whole other project. I don't know how many scrunchies I will get made for next time, but 1 should probably be realistic. We will have to see. I definitely have a goal of making some scrunchies as well. And then I still have a few things to do and a lot of logic things behind what I want to do, but that is also the subject for another video. I think that's pretty much it. I think we've got everything covered. The projects I started on, the current projects, the projects I finished. Yeah, so I'm going to say thank you for watching if you stayed so long. If you do like talking about yarn, especially if you like crochet and talking about yarn, and maybe a little bit of knitting. Subscribe if you haven't done yet, and do hit the thumbs up if you like this video. As I said, I'll be back on Monday with a yarn haul video from a Lindehobby because I had to order some yarn. Wednesday, I will likely be live. Friday, I'll be back with a yarn talk video. And next week, I'll probably try to see if I can get the post up for my Decrease My Stress project as well, if everything goes well. So cross your fingers. I have a bit of work to do. So what I'm going to say is thank you for watching. Take care and happy crafting. Until I see you again.